Let's talk about YouTube hashtags. That feature some creators swear is the key to everything, others totally ignore, and pretty much everyone is at least a little bit confused about. Well, today we're going to cut right through all that noise and give you a clear, simple playbook for how to use them right. Let's get into it. So, I gotta ask you something right off the bat. Are you sure your hashtags are actually helping you? Or could they, maybe, be hurting your channel's growth? I know there's a ton of conflicting advice out there, but trust me, by the end of this explainer, you are going to have a clear, actionable plan. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by solving the hashtag mystery, what they really do. Then we'll cover the common mistakes that so many creators make. After that, I'll give you the golden less is more rule, hand you a smart, actionable playbook, and finally show you exactly where hashtags fit into your bigger SEO picture. All right, first up, the hashtag mystery. You see, the biggest misconception out there is that hashtags are just for discovery, kind of like how they work on other platforms. But on YouTube, their main job is actually something completely different. This right here is the whole key. Think of your hashtags as little signposts. You're not just hoping someone stumbles upon them. No, you are actively giving direct instructions to the YouTube algorithm. You're telling it, hey, this is what my video is about, and this is the audience you should show it to. It's an active process of categorizing your content, and getting this right changes everything. Okay, so now that we know what their real purpose is, let's look at how so many of us get it wrong. Because when you understand the goal, it becomes super clear why certain mistakes can actually get your videos buried by the algorithm. We've all seen this, right? You go to some automated hashtag generator and it spits out a list of popular, high-volume tags like hashtag viral or hashtag trending. It feels like a shortcut, but honestly, this approach is completely broken and it can do way more harm than good. And here's why that's so bad. The YouTube algorithm is smart, really smart. If your video is about, say, vegan cooking, but you tag it with hashtag gaming or hashtag funny, you're just sending confusing signals. You're not tricking the system, you're just making it lose trust in what your video is actually about. And when that happens, it basically puts your video in a penalty box and its reach just dies before it ever had a chance. Just look at this comparison. It says it all. On the left, you've got a laser-focused tag, hashtag vegan meal prep. That gives the algorithm a super clear signal. But on the right, it's just a shotgun blast of generic noise. The lesson here is so simple. Relevance beats volume every single time. And that leads us perfectly into our third section, and maybe the most important rule of all, the less is more rule. This is where we completely bust the myth that stuffing your video with dozens of hashtags is a good thing. So what's the magic number? It's 3 to 5. That's it. And look, this isn't just a guess or a theory. This is YouTube's official recommendation, and it's backed up by tons of performance data. Just 3 to 5 super relevant hashtags give the algorithm a crystal clear signal without making it think you're spamming. This is the sweet spot. So you might be thinking, why not more? Well, because anything beyond about 5 hashtags is basically invisible. The algorithm literally just ignores them. And even worse, when you have a long list of tags, you dilute the power of the most important ones. It's like telling YouTube your video is about everything, which, to the algorithm, means it's about nothing. Don't water down your own message. Okay, enough about the problems and what not to do. Let's get into the solutions. It's time for section 4, your smart hashtag playbook. This is how you take all this knowledge and put it straight into action. A really powerful strategy uses a mix of these 3 types. First, you've got your branded tag, like your channel name, which helps group all your videos together. Then a content-specific tag, which describes the exact topic of that one video. And finally, a community tag, which connects you to a bigger conversation or group in your niche. And hey, it's not just what tags you use, but where you put them. Putting 1 or 2 at the very end of your title makes them immediately visible and clickable. Then, put your main 3 to 5 in the first couple of lines of your description. That's huge for long-term search. And yeah, you should still pop them in the dedicated tag section, but just don't make that the only place you put them. So how do you find these golden hashtags? Simple, a little bit of manual research. Forget the generator tools. Just find 3 to 5 top creators in your space. Go look at the hashtags they're using on their most successful videos. See what they're doing, combine some broad and specific tags, and then, and this is crucial, set a reminder to refresh your list every few months to stay on top of things. All right, for our last section, let's just zoom out for a second and see where hashtags fit in your overall YouTube SEO toolkit. Because here's the truth. On their own, they are not going to make or break your channel. I absolutely love this analogy. It is perfect. Think of your hashtags like salt. Just a little bit enhances the flavor and makes the whole dish so much better. But add too much, and the entire meal is ruined. That is exactly how hashtags work with your videos. And that brings us to the final and maybe most important piece of the puzzle. Hashtags are powerful, but they don't work in a vacuum. They're most effective when they're combined with a strong, keyword-rich title, a detailed description, an amazing thumbnail, and great audience retention. All these things work together to tell the algorithm, hey, this is a quality video. So I'll leave you with this final thought. Go take an honest look at your own channel. After everything we just went over, is your hashtag strategy a deliberate, effective tool that's actually helping you grow? Or is it just a habit you fell into a long time ago? Answering that question might just be the key to unlocking your channel's next level of growth.